There because of the family dynamics too.
Whoa!
What?
You hit my cup.
For Dad?
Do you ever feel like you're finally making progress towards your goals only to get quickly distracted by something else in your feed? Well, that's why we created the Ramsey Network app. Single source of content that keeps you motivated. The Ramsey Network app is designed to keep you laser.
Can't see her in the dark anymore. Can't see her.
It's your dog?
Oh, this baby.
This free app is the best place for uninterrupted content and distractions. Plus, you can search for specific questions to get more
can tell.
in seconds. So, for the day you need some extra motivation,
Let's talk about lightning.
Back moving.
it's time to get started.
Didn't see it.
Didn't see it all?
Do you see it?
Nope.
Ramsey Network in the App Store or Google Play.
Ow, 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 ow.
The link in the show notes to download the free Ramsey Network app today. Here's a look at your closing landmarks in 2020. Here, rated participants.
Oh, shit.
This again?
The National Water Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Donovan County in northeastern Kansas, Atchison County in northeastern Kansas until 8 p.m. At 7:29 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Lisbon, 8 miles north of Valley Falls, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Expected
What is this?
60 miles per
Kansas?
What kind of store is it?
Severe thunderstorm?
Dude, that's what time is it in?
No.
What is it?
It's severe thunderstorm.
The vehicle is expected. Expect little damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Atchison, Effingham, Lancaster, Muscata, Donovan, Farmington, Huron, Cummings, Arlington, and Potter. For your protection, move to
What's Ponder?
on the lowest floor of a building.
What's that? Ponder.
Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until
Ponder.
2 p.m. for the following counties in
What?
Kansas, Atchison, and
Pounder.
Donovan.
No. It's a pounder. What the fuck is that?
Thunder?
Thunder.
Thunder?
Is it thunder?
No.
Pounder.
Pounder?
Yes, what's that?
Kansas?
A huge thank you to the amazing St. Joseph community. This is Tyler Reed.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
are blown away by the incredible response to our brand new Chevy facility at the new Reed Auto Plaza. Your support means the world to us. Come experience the difference for yourself. We've got a state-of-the-art facility, a massive selection, and top-notch service. Find us right
Go
in
away.
Reed Auto Plaza today. Reed Auto Group is now
Why?
Reed Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, Joe.
Ugh.
You were retired.
Living on a fixed income is tough. So here I am, an essential worker.
I know. I mean, food prices are going up every day. Thank goodness for benefitscheckup.org.
Benefits what?
Benefitscheckup.org. It's a free website where people over 60 can find help to pay for food, medicine, even utilities. I got $1,200 a year in benefits. Maybe it can help you. Are you about to mow the lawn? It's blazing hot out here. Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry. It's all on SmokeyBear.com because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. AgriTalk dives into why commodity prices are doing what they're doing. AgriTalk talks to policymakers and producers from around the country. AgriTalk on KFEQ, presented by NORAG.
It's time for a Minute with Mitch as we take a moment to discuss football with the play-by-play voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's presented by Ivy, the proud official grocery sponsor of the Kansas City Chiefs. All of us at some point in our lives have asked for a second chance to be forgiven. No Chiefs player is happier right now than running back Kareem Hunt. After his monster rookie year for the Chiefs in 2017, Hunt was listed as the 33rd best player in the NFL, going into the 2018 season, but events that are now well known led to his release on November 30th of that year. 6 years later, Kareem Hunt has another chance with the Chiefs. He told me what he learned here never left him in Cleveland, and that he's ecstatic to be back in red. What's ironic, however, is that the next game the Chiefs were to play when Hunt was released in 2018 was to be on the road against the Raiders. This week, Hunt will be with his new old teammates on the road against the Raiders, with a huge second chance on this Minute with Mitch.
I'm Tom Graham, Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gaston recommending Eric and Lyle Menendez be resentenced for the 1989 killing of their parents. Fox's William Longinette, based on the map that he presented, both
Fox News thing again?
released with credit.
This Fox News thing again?
The brothers were initially sentenced to life without parole in the infamous case. The resentencing will need court approval. Former President Trump continues to pledge more border security if voters put him back in the White House, telling supporters in Tempe, Arizona,
"We will reclaim our territory. We will restore the sovereign borders of the United States of America, and we will put the cartels quickly out of business. They're going to be gone."
Vice President Harris holding a rally in battleground Georgia, joined by former President Barack Obama and rocker Bruce Springsteen, among others. America is listening to Fox News.
Wait, what?
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show. I'm John Deloney, joined by Rachel Cruz. Today's question of the day is brought to you by Why Refi. Private student loans are different than federal student loans like Sally Mae, but they hurt just the same. Why Refi refinances defaulted private student loans and builds a custom loan based on your ability to pay. So stop feeling the pain of defaulted private student loan debt. Go to whyrefi.com/Ramsey. That's Y, the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey, and this may not be available in all states.
Today's question comes from Toby in Wisconsin. Said, I have a question about tough conversations. I'm about to propose, and I would like to be sure that we have covered all the tough money conversations when it comes to money. What are some topics to make sure I should cover, or good questions to ask?
Well, I would just say right off the bat, you're not going to cover all of anything before you're married. I thought I had it all figured out, and
we went to premarital counseling. We're like, check, did it, and now we're ready.
I'm a quarter century in, and my wife said something the other day, and I looked at her and just got quiet, and I said, "Who are you? Like, I don't know you, right?" But great question.
Yes.
And I love the optimism that you're going to get all the questions done before you get married.
Okay, so on the money side, going tactical, and this is for all of you listening and watching that maybe you're in a similar situation. When you're going into, especially a marriage, knowing all the money information that you can ahead of time is like required, right? So how much you make, how much your future fiance makes, debt level, investments. If there are, other accounts, credit card, retirement, anything that's out there money-wise, it should be, free reign to be able to talk and know everything, because when you get married, ideally, it all comes together as one, right? So that's on the more tactical numbers side, knowing just that basic information, which a lot of couples don't.
Run a credit report, because the number of times people call me like, he didn't know he had this other $30,000 in student loans or whatever. And if you run a credit report and compare them.
Yeah,
right?
that's fair.
Everything
Yeah.
on the table.
Yes. And then there's more of the emotional kind of bigger questions, right? The value system conversation. We get a question a lot of, should I marry someone that has debt? I'm like, yes.
Of course.
Yes, as long as you both are in agreement on how you want to live life with money, right? So it's not if they have debt or not. It's, hey, do you guys want to be on the same page when it comes to the subject of debt? Talk about that. I would talk about goals in life. What are things that you want to do? One of them maybe you want to travel the world. The other one, you want to own a home in the next 4 years or whatever it is, right? So some of these more goal-oriented questions, just talk about that. Hopefully, those kind of things are in the middle of other conversations that you're having about life, because that is money, right? Money is a tool in life that you use to do the things that you want to do. So hopefully, you guys know most of that going in of kind of what you want your life to look like.
And I think underneath those things, or right next to them, I think creating a rhythm that you don't have one conversation and forget it, right? So I think I'm always talking to parents, like, you don't have a sex conversation. It's an ethos in your house where your kids know they can ask you any question anytime and their bodies aren't weird. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You won't have a money conversation. Let this begin setting up a rhythm where maybe when you're engaged once a month, you're like, hey, let's talk about our month, our week, right? And then you get married, you want to do that every 2 weeks or every week. So let's start a rhythm where we constantly come back to the table to have this conversation and commit to being very open-handed. And what I mean by that is this. My wife knew when we got married, I always wanted to end up in the woods. I want to buy a place in the woods where nobody can see us so that when the world catches fire, we're going to be okay.
See?
Right?
That's preppers. We're John and I. Yeah, we know. We know what's going to happen.
But here's the thing. After 4 years of being in the woods, my wife was like, she wanted cell signal, right? And she wanted to take less than an hour to get to the grocery store.
Sheila, unbelievable.
Right? It's ridiculous, right? And I wanted water all the time, not just when it rains, right? And so we recently we kept our place, but we moved to the city where we live, right? I'd agreed to that, but had it been locked down, it would have been a fight. But we are very open-handed about, I really want this, I want to try this, I want to experiment with this. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay in our house to say we changed our mind, right?
Yeah.
This is a fun experiment that I think all engaged couples should do. I want you. I call it the Friends experiment. There are some old articles about the show Friends.
Yeah.
When they actually went through and said, okay, this apartment in Manhattan would cost this couch. Like they went and ran the numbers.
Monica technically got it from her grandmother, so it was under like rent control. There's reasons. They had reasons.
But then Rachel would go work retail, right?
And then they go to a coffee shop at 2 p.m.
They're all hanging out.
7:40.
Here's the thing. I think it'd be fun.
7:40.
And if you're like me, you don't know what that is, just ask the person you're going to marry. Create a fantasy.
Family, come say war. We in the car, the clowns.
And then actually run what that actually costs in real life.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be both depressing, but
clowns inside Walmart or something without a car.
And then
what are you going to do?
Happy with the world
the clowns.
now, maybe
what about the clouds? Clowns.
Yeah. But
leave
it
them here.
keeps everybody from being like, I thought we were going to be a
He went off.